How's it going, everybody? Random Sexy Stories here, and welcome to today's video, where today I'm going to be reacting to the newest death battle that just came out, that being Clive versus Dante, or Dante versus Clive, however you want to say it from the title. And today I'm joined by a good friend of mine, the Zombie Games. Please introduce yourself.
What's good?
He is a mega fan of the of the Devil May Cry series. I am a pretty big fan of the Final Fantasy series, but however, though, each of the Final Fantasy games are kind of their own story. So, for example, you're not going to find feats from Final Fantasy VII to Final Fantasy XVI. Maybe you'll find some comparisons of maybe some summons, for like, because the summons or the icons that are in Final Fantasy XVI are relatively almost the same that are in every other Final Fantasy game. I don't know if they're going to compare them to the other Final Fantasy games, but we'll just have to see. But, however, though, I have also made some shorts on this, and I have discussed with my friend here who we think would win. And overall, we think so far Dante. But we have to wait and see what Death Battle gives overall to them both, so that way I can give my definitive answer.
Ready to start this?
Yes, you have 0 seconds.
Okay,
then let us start this up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Dante versus Clive.
DMC's Devil Hunter versus Final Fantasy's Shield of Rosaria. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. It's a dangerous world out there. Cultists, demons, and evil businessmen lust for power. And every day brings a new cataclysm humanity must face.
This world may seem like the end, but for a devil hunter like Dante, it's party time. Who'd expect anything less from the son of the legendary demon Sparta?
A dark knight who, thousands of years ago, woke up to justice and sealed away the demon lord, Mundus.
But then Sparta mysteriously died, and his wife got iced by some demons, leaving Dante and his brother Virgil separated.
Despite a long-gone family, Dante kept a chipper attitude and set up a business dedicated to one thing:
killing demons! And with the blood of Sparta running through him, he's the best in the business.
By harnessing his own demonic energy, Dante bolsters his speed, power, and durability, letting him block kaiju-sized punches, move faster than a meteor,
and regenerate like an unstoppable force of nature. As long as he has the energy, he can heal from getting shot, stabbed, sliced through, basically anything.
Even without his regeneration, he's survived heat that would reduce the layman to ash.
But no hunter is complete without an arsenal, and Dante's got one hell of a sword left by his dad, Rebellion. Plus ebony and ivory, 2 magic pistols with endless ammo clips, and they say the perfect gift doesn't exist.
But Dante's full arsenal is far larger and stranger.
Like King Cerberus, a shape-shifting set of elemental nunchucks. Cavalier, a pair of buzzsaws that are balls of a motorcycle. Balrog, fiery fisticuffs for boxing and capoeira. And Navan, guitar. An electric guitar!
There's also Lucifer, a backpack of endless laser swords that Dante got after slaying... Actually, we never see how he beat Lucifer.
Yeah, you know someone's a badass when they off-screened the actual devil. Then there's my fave, Dr. Faust, a sentient head that turns Dante into basically Orville Peck. Oh, and shoots crystallized demon blood.
Dante needed this and much more when he got a warm welcome from the brother he thought long dead. In a twist of fate, Virgil was alive, but went down a very different path.
While Dante was partying, Virgil studied the blade, seeking the power he needed to exert his will, even if it meant killing his own brother, something he came close to doing in their first meeting.
But the defeat only spurred Dante's awakening. He learned to teleport using Trickster, slow down time through Quicksilver, and double-team foes with Doppelganger.
With a slick pose and the right timing, he can royal guard dang near anything, then use the absorbed energy to armor up as a dreadnought.
And then there's Devil Trigger, a super form Dante achieves through his supernatural power. By tapping into his inner demon, Dante can fly and gains an enormous boost in speed and power.
Naturally, his rematch with Virgil went very differently, and that was far from Dante's peak.
When Mundus got up to his old tricks, Dante battled the Demon Lord in a vast sea of stars, a universe Mundus created on a whim. Even later, Dante one-shot a stronger alternate future Mundus who had completely merged with the demon world.
So he's kind of a big deal. Literally, Mundus became a living universe just for Dante to shoot him in the face.
Then there's Argosax, a god so astronomically intense he had the power of every other demon in existence, a divine deity of the sun that Dante also shot in the face.
Oh, that guy!
Yeah.
I completely forgot about him.
Funny, so did Dante. Despite how powerful Argosax was,
Well, that's just how
he
Dante
was just an
always is.
insignificant Tuesday to Dante.
So it's safe to say Dante
Probably
had
like a
become
year
the
after,
strongest around.
like, working with
But
them,
no
like,
amount of
you're
style, pizza, or wahoos could fill the hole in his heart. Sure, Virgil was a power-hungry weeb, but he was still his bro. Beneath Dante's antics, killing the last of his family kinda messed him up.
Until he learned his family wasn't as gone as he thought. It turns out he had a nephew, Nero, who Dante would help get into the family business in his own unconventional way.
And for dead weight, Nero was pretty badass, even helping Dante take on the so-called Demon King Urizen. Nero's Devil Breaker arm can fire light-speed lasers that Dante and Virgil have dodged.
Dante and Virgil can already dodge lasers in their base forms, but when charged with enough demonic energy, they can outright blitz beams over 11 times faster than light.
Nero even survived getting melted down while inside a living statue. It's a long story.
And that's the same sort of regeneration that Dante has, meaning he can survive being turned into a puddle.
So Dante was ready when Virgil somehow returned. Again. And made an apocalyptic demon tree for what
Well, it
else?
wasn't like-
More power!
With the entire world now on the line, Dante had to get serious and fully embrace his human and demon sides alike by stabbing himself.
Holy shit, Dante has been impaled so much, he decided to make it how he powers up. So he got his greatest weapon, Devil Sword Dante, and became Sin Devil Trigger. This is Dante's demon energy at its peak. He can fire lasers with Loose, obliterate with the fires of Judgment, and surpass even the legendary Sparta.
But although Dante was totally a match for Virgil, neither of them would budge on their ideals. Both were destined to duel until one was dead forever.
But thanks to Nero and two well-placed bitch slaps, they got some sense knocked into him.
Dante realized that if he couldn't make Virgil abandon his ways, he might as well keep an eye on him. In one fell swoop, the two severed the world-spanning demon tree and prepared for a permanent departure to the underworld.
You can choose your friends, but not your family. But if that's what it takes to keep Virgil safe, or rather to keep the world safe from Virgil, Dante will deal with it. And all things considered, he's happy slugging it out with his bro. Maybe happier than he's ever been.
Proof that as long as you have the human drive, even hell can become a paradise sweet enough that a devil may cry.
Whiz, it's an emergency! This fight's gonna have a banger soundtrack, but my headphones broke!
No, pause.
Mm-hmm.
Go to 742.
Oh.
Okay. So maybe Mundus is a little bit more powerful than I gave him credit for. I will admit to that much.
Head to 742, right?
Yeah, 742.
Okay, I'm there. Whenever.
Okay, now let's resume this in 3, 2, 1, go.
Sit down as we tell the tale of the kingdom of Rosaria and
I
its
know
prince,
nothing about
Clive
this guy
Rosefiled,
at all.
a man destined to be a dominant,
Oh, yeah,
the
this guy
host to a
is-
mighty guardian icon.
Brother.
Anybody who's a Dom can draw on magic life juice called ether, becoming a big scary monster.
And commanding the element they embody to create storms, slay armies, and split the sea. Dominants are forces of nature, and Clive would be the dominant of the Phoenix.
Well, he was
Would be.
supposed to, but Big Bird said no thanks and instead picked his sick little brother Joshua. Parents don't play favorites, but I guess ancient monsters can.
Despite the rejection and a deep loathing from his mother Annabella, Clive and Joshua were only kind to one another. Clive saw the burden his brother bore and accepted his blessing of the Phoenix in hopes of becoming Joshua's shield.
Meaning he learned a bunch of magic. He can shoot fire, teleport with Phoenix Shift, and took down this beast before he was even out of puberty.
Even without magic, Clive's a capable swordsman, able to boost his speed and perception with precision dodge. But it wasn't enough when Annabella betrayed Rosaria for the Empire of Sanbreque. In one night, Clive's knights, people and his own father were slaughtered before him.
Quick, someone use a phoenix down!
Those aren't in this game.
Well, that's unfortunate. But the phoenix icon sure is, because the trauma of everything made poor Joshua lose control.
Clive wanted nothing more than to help his brother, and perhaps this desire awakened the icon that was in him all along, the fiery beast, Ifrit.
Boy, is Ifrit a wild one. Just standing nearby will incinerate the average Joe. It can make fire barriers, regenerate lost limbs, decimate foes with a flaming spirit bomb, and shatter a walking mountain.
The downside being Clive couldn't control it. He didn't even remember becoming Ifrit, or battling the Phoenix in a fight that reduced everything he loved to cinders, leaving Joshua presumed dead.
If that wasn't bad enough, dear old Ma found him the next day and made him a slave to Sanbreque's army. Clive spent 13 years wallowing through life, searching for Ifrit's host for revenge, only to learn the one he wanted to kill was himself.
This revelation hit Clive like a phantom train. He thought death was all he deserved for taking the lives of Joshua and so many others. Even so, there was a light at the end of the tunnel. No, not like that.
Thanks to his friend Jill, the outlaw Sid, his doggo Torgal, and a very therapeutic battle with his self-hatred, Clive learned to carry the torch for his brother, fighting the real problems plaguing his world: crystals and racism.
In the world of Valisthea, prejudice is alive and well for bearers. Basically, anyone who can use magic without special crystals.
So what better way to dismantle the system than to help fellow bearers and destroy the mother crystals ruining the planet, all while picking up some nifty abilities.
Through a mysterious power that lets him absorb icons, Clive took Garuda, an avian with sharp slashes and sharper talons. From Sid, he received Remove, so he could summon lightning.
From his bae Jill, he got Shiva to freeze lava and even time itself. With Titan, he can block and absorb blows with earth-shattering fists. From this dragon prince, he got Bahamut and some deadly lasers.
And through Odin, he can slow the flow of time and slice apart the fabric of space.
Okay.
Looks familiar.
With these powers, Clive stepped up to lead the bearers,
He
and
also
even
has
reunited
Leviathan
with
and Ultimate.
Joshua, who was
Leviathan
alive
is
all
the
along.
ultimate monster at the
Surprise!
sea. You can
Clive
build,
spent 5
basically
years
like
freeing the
levels
land
and monsters.
and became hot as
Like,
hell
imagine the
while
biggest
doing
monster
it.
that ever
Well,
happened in
no, not
history, times that
well,
by 10. That's
yeah,
basically
that way,
what
but also through Ifrit. By using part of Ifrit's power, Clive can set himself aflame, activating Limit Break to boost his abilities.
But Limit Break is far from Clive's limit. After absorbing the Phoenix essence from Joshua, he became Ifrit Risen. Now fully in control of the monster that had tormented him, he embraced his role as a shield for his brother and friends.
Just in time to battle in space, block a planet-wiping blast, and overpower this dragon at the speed of light.
That's no exaggeration. Ifrit Risen is literally stated to move at light speed. Not surprising when Clive has intercepted lasers over 3 times faster than that, and overpowered Omega, a god-slaying weapon that can destroy, and I quote, all of creation.
But what made Clive strong enough to do all this? You know, besides the majestic man cleavage.
Turns out Clive's birth was orchestrated. He was intended to become the vessel of Ultima, an ancient, all-powerful being that created humanity, but abandoned them after they developed free will.
Meaning everything that happened was the fault of one person. God, the bastard! But Clive wouldn't be a puppet. If God was in the way of humanity's freedom, then God was gonna die.
Easier said than done.
No shit.
Ultima was stronger than anyone Clive had faced, able to warp all of reality to create a universe. But Clive had a secret not even Ultima foresaw. Over his journey, he developed a special state of mind, Logos.
AKA someone powered by human will and the bonds of consciousness with others. Okay, that sounds like anime friendship crap, but trust me, it made Clive a badass who could surpass his limits, getting stronger over the course of just one fight.
So much so that, despite struggling against Ultima initially, by the end of the fight, Clive took out Ultimalius, a more powerful amalgamation of Ultima and his entire species, all while Clive was in his base form.
Ultima literally became Ultima Squared, but Clive still kicked his ass. Using his bonds with his brother, his friends, and his unbridled will, Clive killed God in a giant 999,999 damage punch.
Damn.
Okay, so it really was the power of friendship after all. Man, this guy's got a future in shonen.
Well, except we don't really know what happened to Clive. Whether he lived or died, though, doesn't really matter. It was his journey and the world he created that made his life meaningful. Clive's dream of a future where everyone can live and die on their own terms had become a reality.
And his stories were written up in a book by a certain Joshua Rosefiled, which he titled Final Fantasy.
Fuck yeah. Okay. I'm still gonna say that versatility will definitely go to Dante just because of his hidden weapons and abilities. I am gonna say, however, that I'm still gonna be standing, and I'm still gonna be on my point of Clive having more power, so I'm gonna give that to Clive. Survivability, I'm actually gonna give that to Clive, because both of them are capable of being able to survive the same things. The problem, though, is that Clive can actually regrow his limbs.
Yeah, but wouldn't we be able to technically say Dante could? Because he said he could come back from a puddle. That's regrowing your body.
That's not really a puddle. That's not really the same thing. Plus, that was Nero. Dante's never been able to actually shown to be able to do that.
But they gave it to him. They literally said he could.
Even then, you gotta keep in mind about the type of different abilities that Clive has. Like, look at Odin. Look at Ifrit. Look at Ultima. He has the different types of... He has the power of creation at his fingertips that he can also use to wipe out Dante. Especially since the survivability is better in Clive's favor, in my opinion. So I'm honestly gonna go with Clive.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
But, let me see. Go to 1533. That's when the battle starts.
I'm there.
1533? Okay, then let us start this up in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I hope the soundtrack slaps.
Same, and the voice acting.
Same here. Because, last Death Battle we played, that's not gonna lie.
Yeah. Because they also gotta get the voices
I heard
right.
your fiery friend is causing trouble, and I'm in the business of dealing with trouble.
Leave now. I have a god to kill. The last thing that will stop me is a demon.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Okay,
oh!
Already?
Let's it's not like
Fancy yourself a bard?
No hiding in the shadows anymore, Smokey. Time to see the light!
Oh, let's go!
What the hell is that?
Motorcycle. I know you haven't seen anything like that.
Virgil's got some competition.
Yeah, of course. Guys, buddy.
Still holding out on me? Let's see what your monster can really do!
So the devil cries for more. Let's give him everything we've got! Joshua!
Give him everything we've got. Oh yeah, baby. Oh man, this is awesome.
I won't underestimate you.
Oh, what? Hellfire!
It's literally gonna be down to one attack.
Basically, at this point.
I know. It's literally down to one attack.
Please, just once. I need more. It's been a bash, Smokey. Jackpot! I need every... Not bad. Not bad at all.
Oh!
After a fight like this.
Yep, like I know, it's literally down to one attack.
Oh! That's... Oh!
KO! Okay, that was a whole nother level of close, but I think we got the point.
This was not an easy call to make. Dante and Clive matched each other so closely, it was hard finding a definitive advantage either had. This is best explained through 3 categories, starting with stats.
Both Dante and Clive can easily beat up universe-busting threats.
Mundus and Ultimalius could create universes at a whim, and Dante and Clive defeated them sans their own super forms.
Yep.
Dante and Clive could both consistently intercept lasers at faster-than-light speeds.
And Dante could always amp up with demon juice to briefly outspeed Clive anyway.
But Clive could match that by boosting his own speed and reflexes through precision dodge. Both were so beyond the pale that neither could definitively overpower the other.
Okay.
Still, given their crazy powers, you'd think one of their abilities would break the deadlock.
Not so much. Dante and Clive could generally match each other blow for blow, be it to teleport, slow down time, flash freeze the other, block and absorb hits, etc.
And Dante could survive the intense flames of Ifrit. He's dealt with heat like that before.
Though Clive did not have a perfect match against Doppelganger, he did have more methods of manipulating time, both more reliable and abusable, in addition to defensive measures like Ifrit's barrier to fall back on to outlast powers like Doppelganger.
But their super forms evened out. Any edge Clive could get from, say, Limit Break or Ifrit Risen, Dante could match with Devil Trigger or Sin Devil Trigger.
In the end, both have answers to most of each other's powers, making it still anyone's win.
Which is why it came down to one major factor. Endurance.
Really?
Just how long could these two keep at it?
Are you
While
really
Dante's
kidding?
super forms could
Yeah, they were that
undoubtedly keep
even.
up with Clive's,
I already knew
there
that.
is an
I need to
emphasis in
pretty figure
story
that out.
and gameplay that they expend a lot of demonic energy.
The longest Dante has battled in Devil Trigger against someone his equal is about 6 minutes, and abilities like Doppelganger, Quicksilver, and Sin Devil Trigger burn through it even faster.
Clive's
This is
time in
actually true.
Ifrit Risen isn't limitless either, but it can last longer, fighting
Oh, yeah.
for tens of minutes if necessary. But given how close this match is, it's vital. If Ifrit Risen catches Dante outside of Devil Trigger, it's over.
I know what you're thinking. Dante's crazy tough. His healing factor's way better than Clive's. Clive can regen lost limbs, sure, but Dante can heal from getting reduced to a puddle. Couldn't he just tank Ifrit's attacks?
Well, yes, but also
yes,
no.
but
This
also
is
no.
where context is everything. While no doubt impressive, Dante's healing has been overcome in the past because it is tied to how much energy he has. Less demonic energy means a less potent healing factor.
This is
Like
true
when he got
in
knocked
how
out for a
Devil May Cry
month
5
straight by
started was so-
Urizen, only surviving thanks to a constant source of demon blood. Hell, overtaxing demon regen is how Dante killed Virgil in the first
is also
place.
true as
Even
well.
if we assume Dante could get a second wind, it's always possible Clive could get one too, becoming even stronger from pure willpower, just like when he fought Ultimalius.
So, for as tough and persistent as Dante was, Clive was able to endure
Oh, yeah.
just that
Okay,
much
so
more to
they were
get the
even
final
assassin
edge.
abilities, but it came down
The
to
devil
first.
was in the
Okay.
details, but
Exactly.
Clive's victory
I am honestly
is
okay
no
with that.
fantasy.
Same.
The winner is Clive
But that's my
Rosefiled.
boy. That's
It's
my
time
shield
on
knight.
the
Let's
battle.
go. All right. Oh, the next
Wonder
time
who's
is finale. So who's okay? So who's battling? Oh, actually, Ketchup versus you.
Subscribe and join as a member to see
Oh.
more.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
fuck no
know.
to that. I'm excited, but fuck no to that. You know why?
Well, isn't the rules for each of them a bit different? So
Yeah,
how
the
are they
only
going to be able to
different.
quantify this?
Yeah, but also, you know why I say this also BS? You know why?
Also, doesn't Yugi need to, like, do, like, a special system to even use any of his cards anyways?
No, but basically, you know why I say it's bullshit?
Why?
It's for two reasons.
What?
One, half like a decent amount of Yugi's cards, from what I remember, are literally classified as gods. And secondly, Yugi is a cheater. Yugi is quantified a fucking cheater. I will explain it in one simple reason. At least Yugi, because they're going Yukimoto, so that means he's gonna have that stupid ass puzzle. When he says that and he says the words Yu-Gi-Oh, he gets taken over by an Egyptian spirit who is so ungodly good at the game in Yu-Gi-Oh called Duel Monsters, and that dude is a fucking cheater. That is the most cheating motherfucker I've ever seen in the show to ever exist, and
So
I've
you
seen
think
both.
Yugi might be able to win because of cheating?
Yugi is just a cheater in general, but I'm also saying he has god cards. And
Well, I
from
mean,
what
doesn't
I
Ash
know,
Ketchum also have access to legendaries that are just as capable of as much same damage as, like, except Exodia, but, like, I know he
I
doesn't
know
have Arceus, but he
something.
has, like, I know he has some, I just can't remember which ones.
I
But
don't know exactly, but I do know one thing.
What?
Depending on the monster, certain monsters scale in Yu-Gi-Oh above. So any of certain god cards scale above certain things in Pokemon. So it depends on what Ash exactly has, but I don't know. But it seems interesting. I
I guess
fuck
we'll have
with
to
it.
see. Well, I guess I'll have to see and see what they have to say. Along with maybe, because they might give specific rules in this battle, because they did give special rules for Makima versus Gojo. So they might do the same for this. But besides from all that, that battle was awesome. Regardless of the outcome, watching that battle was fucking awesome. I was literally on the edge of my seat, and the soundtrack was
Exactly.
amazing. Oh my god, they definitely did their best with this one, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a step up from the last one, because don't get me wrong, the choreography for the last one was good and all, but I kind of feel like it was a bit bullshit just because of the fact that recently I've discovered some new evidence that suggests that Blade should have won, but we're not going to get into that. That being said, though, I definitely enjoyed this death battle. Did you enjoy it?
Same.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
not mad at the outcome because it's
I am not mad,
literally
and honestly,
it's
if
literally
Dante
the most
won, I
time
wouldn't have been mad either.
because it's the
Because
tie.
honestly, when it came down to it, if Dante actually had more endurance, he probably would have won.
It's literally, realistically, do you know what it's down to?
I mean, okay, and also let me ask you this: as somebody who's watched and played most of the games and watched the animes and shit like that, did what they say make sense?
Yes. But also, do you know it really boiled down to realistically, right?
Oh no, also, there's also another thing that I feel like they forgot to mention, is that the weapons of Dante's weapons, they can be destroyed. Like, look at the Rebellion. It got destroyed in Devil May Cry 5. Look at the Virtual Sword. It got destroyed at the end of Devil May Cry 3 and only got restored towards the middle point of Devil May Cry 4 because of Nero. So realistically, also, if you think about it, another point is that the weapons that Dante has can easily just be destroyed. But regardless of that, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
It literally, if we're really going to boil it down to what it was, yes, it was endurance, but let's be realistic here. Technically speaking, it's literally down to gameplay mechanics.
Well, both of them are capable of being able to move at the same speeds.
No, I know. What I mean by gameplay mechanic is, I mean, endurance, yes, but it's only because that's a gameplay mechanic in the games. Say they each got a second game outside of whatever games they already had, right?
Well, I
And
mean,
that second
Devil
game
May
gets
Cry
more
already had
time.
that, but there
That
has
would
been
also
talk
add
of a
performance.
second Final Fantasy 16 being made.
That would be kind of cool.
Well, I hope so, also. But, yeah, I enjoyed that battle a lot. I hope you guys did too. And also to all my people out there that said that frickin' Dante would win, you were wrong, and I was right. That's all I'm gonna say. That being said, though, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, please leave a like and comment down below. And as always, we will see you guys in the next video. As always, we are Young Dead Pair, and do come back for another tale, guys.
Yeah.
And then also, as always, stay cool, guys. Peace.